Hey guys, as you can see, I'm in a cemetery and I wanted to do this special Moving Mountains programs from this location to remind us all of one thing, that we will die one day. And you know what? The interesting thing is I found out that we are the only species on the whole planet that is self-aware enough to know that we will die one day. And that's why right now it's critical and urgent we take the gospel message to those that need to hear it, to those that have never heard it. And today in this Moving Mountains program, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. He became a friend after he reached out to us at God TV to share about how the ministry impacted his life, in fact, saved his life while he was in prison. His name's Lee Undy, and he wants to thank us and remind us of how important it is to reach people wherever they are, particularly those in prison. And I want to encourage you today, would you sow a seed into God TV so that we can reach souls before they die? It's so important that we do that. Okay, so Lee, you are one of the most unique guys I have ever met in my life. You've got gold teeth, you've got tats, you've got the most unique shoes I've ever seen. Why are you so unique?
To me, I'm just normal.
Yeah.
With the life I lived, it's just a normal, it's a normal look. If you're amongst the gangster scene, it's just the norm. But I suppose outside in the Christian church, it's probably not a normal look or to the average person, but the world that I lived in, it's normal. If you live the lifestyle of a gangster, it eventually catches up on you.
Yeah.
People say crime doesn't pay. I think I tend to agree with that now.
Yeah, wow.
Here I am locked down in a prison cell,
Yeah.
and I get to hear Creflo Dollar,
Yeah.
Joyce Meyer,
Yeah.
Andrew Womack,
Yeah.
Todd White. Like, these are massive names. And I'm privileged enough to be sitting in a prison cell listening to these guys talk about freedom, talking about Jesus. That was massive.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive.
Sometimes people look at God TV and we do everything as best we can in the spirit of excellence, and it looks like at times we don't need any money. But I can tell you, we are a viewer-funded network. We go month to month and we use everything we have, and without partners around the world, we can't do what we do. We can't get the gospel to your house. We can't do live events and conferences like Todd White to impact people in prisons, and we definitely wouldn't be able to
Hang
broadcast.
on. Wayne, it is so important to have God TV in these prisons.
Yeah.
It's just so important. It was blessing so many people.
Yeah.
I even know people that I haven't witnessed to that know my lifestyle now that have flicked through God TV.
Yeah, wow.
That, even if they're not accepting Jesus, God TV is planting seeds.
Wow.
And people in prison, that's the only hope they have. Jail is not, there's no hope in jail. There's no love, there's no joy, there's no peace. Only time there is in prison is when someone flicks on God TV.
Yeah, wow.
You need to keep it in there.
Yeah.
It's so important.
As we're talking about finances, I just want to address the situation. Each and every month, God TV need to cover the operational and distribution costs to get the signal into your home, into prisons, and into this region, wherever you're watching around the world. And each and every month, we do that in faith, standing with our partners. The reality is we have a small group of partners around the world. They're so faithful and they're so generous that they're enabling us to reach over 300 million homes. But you know what? We want to do so much more. We want to reach more prisons. We want to reach more people before they pass into eternity. And we can only do that if everyone gets involved. So I'm encouraging you today, call the number on your screen. There is a goal on the screen for your region, and it is critically important that we reach it. So would you be activated as Lee Undy comes back on to share his important message of encouragement?
God TV changed my life. I got to listen to some of the best preachers in the world. And you might think you might have a lot of money, but you know what? Doesn't matter how much money you got, give to God TV, because there's people in a prison that need hope and love. And I really want to thank you guys for giving. I don't know how much you give. I don't know if it's a lot, if it's a little, but whatever it is, we all put it together, we can keep this in the prison. And, I can't say again, thank you so much for what you gave me in that prison cell. Like I said, that 6 months of my life was the best 6 months of my life. And that was because of what God TV was giving me.